Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this video is part of the HR Speak series that I have recently just started for you to be able to navigate your way through the corporate world. So stay tuned. If you're not a subscriber yet, please hit the subscriber button, hit the like button, and the bell notification so you will be notified every time I uploaded a new video. What are the information in your CV that might give a wrong impression to the recruiters? So it is important that you have a very good CV because that is like an introduction of yourself. I mean, when you apply, you don't get to be interviewed first, right? You need to hand in your CV or send in your CV. With thousands of applicants competing for just one job role, it's important that your CV represents you well. Before I continue, let me inform you first that the tips and the information that I am going to share with you are based on my experiences for being an HR professional for the past 23 years. First is the photo. Now, I understand that some countries, especially in the West, make it illegal for an applicant to put the photo and illegal for the company to ask for that photo. But here in the Middle East and also in most countries around the world, companies are allowed to ask photos from the applicant. So what kind of photo should you be attaching in your CV? Well, it should be professional looking, right? Headshot, neutral background, could be blue, could be white, natural makeup, tidy hair, or you can you can have it loose, but make sure that it doesn't cover your face. Simple, right? But in the 23 years that I have been, checking CVs, I've seen photos that have, I don't understand what the applicant is suggesting. I mean, I've seen sexy photos, photos that shows cleavage, no sexy poses, no extreme makeup or extreme color of hair. And the photo should be recent. Now, I've seen photos that are, taken during graduation. If you're a fresh graduate, that is okay. But if you have graduated 5 years ago, please don't put your graduation. Second detail in the CV that might give a wrong impression to the recruiter is email. Now, you might say, email address? Really? A recruiter noticed that? You know why? Email are usually put after the name or just below the photo, right? Name, email addresses. So we notice that. Now, the best professional looking email is just your name, your family name, and at gmail.com or yahoo.com or hotmail.com, whatever it is you're using. So that is simple. I mean, you can create an account without paying, right? So sometimes I wonder why the applicant has email addresses that says sexyme at yahoo.com or I am thug at hotmail.com or this is thuglife at gmail.com. I mean, if you own these email addresses, this is not bad, only that it doesn't look good if you put it in your CV when applying in the corporate world. Third, in my pet peeve is wrong spelling, wrong grammar, typographical error, and all the mistakes that are in the CV. CVs should represent well, as I told you earlier, should represent you well. It doesn't represent you well if these are full of mistakes. So if you're not good at spelling or grammar, ask a friend, ask a family member to have it, check for mistakes. The fourth one is long CVs. I mean, long CVs, 3 pages back to back, single space. I mean, why? If you give everything in the CV, there's no need for the recruiter to call you and interview you, right? So make it simple, make it a maximum of 2 pages back to back if really you have a long career history. But don't put things such as seminars that you have attended in college if your college graduation was like 10 years ago. Those information are not relevant to the present application. Things like maybe hobbies, you can leave it out unless you're applying for something that would require you to showcase your hobbies or things you do outside of your professional life. But those things are, for the majority, not really required. Now, another pet peeve of mine is, when an applicant gives you a CV and the first experience they put is their experience right after graduating or their first job. That should not be the case. The first data under work experience should be the most recent experience. So if you are working presently, put that and then you work your way backward. Also, most important thing is details such as the company you work for, dates of employment, position, and just a brief summary of what you do there. You know what is most important in the CV? Your key achievements in each of these companies. That is something that a recruiter would be interested to check. Again, for the work experience, put the most recent and you work your way backwards. Also, do not put your seminars and trainings that you've attended 5 years ago unless it is very, very relevant in the present application. It's the same as the graduation photo. If you graduated long time, do not put that. Put the most recent picture. And lastly, this is actually based on a true story. I've seen a CV that is perfect. I mean, the qualifications are suitable to what we need. It was just a very good, qualified CV in my opinion, until I realized that the applicant forgot to put his or her name. Yes, no name in the CV. I have to go back to the job application portal that we have online to check for his or her name. Please don't do that. That is the most important detail. Also, if you don't mind, put your nationality. If you're applying here in the Middle East, put your nationality and put your gender. Again, when you are in the West, these information are illegal. The company could not ask that. But here in the Middle East, we need to know that, and for a very good reason. What is that? Here in the Middle East, especially in the countries that I have worked so far, Qatar, UAE, and Oman, visas for expats are specific to a nationality and specific to a gender. Now, I know UAE is quite relaxed. They don't really have that kind of rule. But when I was in Qatar from 2007 to 2014, and here in Oman, there is a specific gender to a visa. So the Ministry of Labor gives to a company a specific gender in the visa. So if Ministry of Manpower say, I'll give you 5 female visa and 10 male visas. So obviously, if you have those number of female and male visas, those are the only ones that you can hire, right? And in Qatar, there is a specific nationality as well involved. So, for example, the Ministry of Labor there in Qatar will give you 5 Nepali male, 10 female Filipino visas, 5 male Indians. So there is a specific nationality and specific gender. So if you can put it there in your CV as well, that will avoid wasting time for the recruiter and for you. These tips are helpful for you. Give a positive impression so that a recruiter might get interested and call you for an interview. And when you are given the chance to be interviewed, break a leg, study your material, study the company that you're applying, study your CV, make sure you remember all the pertinent information in your CV and in your work experiences. Good luck!